Is this the one?
SB19 continues to make history. They sold out the North American leg of their tour. They sold out Japan. And in the Philippines, they don't just pool local audiences, they attract hundreds of fans flying in from other countries. The demand is so consistent that when 1Z Entertainment, SB19's own management company, offered a full tourist package for foreign fans during the kickoff of their tour, it
Totoo.
sold out almost instantly. Flights, hotel stays, and concert tickets bundled together, something no Filipino act had dared to offer before, were snapped up with enthusiasm. This is no longer a local story. SB19 is no longer simply our pride or viral act.
Totoo.
They are a cultural phenomenon with proven commercial pull in multiple markets. The question is not whether SB19 has the
More than an hour? You're now in line. You are in line for S19 Simula at Wakas World Tour. When it is your turn, you will have 5 minutes to enter the website. 5 minutes lang, no? More than an hour.
commercial pull in
Number of users in line ahead of you is what the fuck is 85,384? What the hell?
multiple markets. The question is not whether SB19 has the potential to change the perception of Filipino music, but whether the Philippines will recognize what they represent and invest in that momentum.
Asian entertainment and culture.
The biggest act ever in the Philippines. Even during the glory,
The emphasis on ever, no? Ever.
the biggest act ever in the Philippines. Even during
Grabe.
the glory years of Philippine pop, when names like Pops Fernandez, Gary Valenciano,
Gary.
Martin Rivera, and Regine Velasquez reigned supreme, no one achieved the breadth of SB19's success.
True.
Those stars filled arenas, sure, but no one has toured at the size of SB19. The Wyatt or Were You At Tour in 2022 had 10 shows. The Pagtatag World Tour had 18. The Simula at Wakas World Tour in 2025 is scheduled for around 19 shows. SB19 doesn't just stage a Manila show and leave it at that. They tour provinces, reaching cities often overlooked by big name acts. And they
Totoo, no? Ang swerte ng mga, no? Kasi yung SB19, pupunta talaga sila, no? Sa mga, kahit sa mga probinsya, to reach out sa mga 80 na hindi makakapunta in like, the city to watch their show.
don't just fill those venues, they sell them out. This is unprecedented. They are tapping into communities that have been left out by the mainstream entertainment ecosystem, proving that the demand exists outside the capital. Some argue that technology and the groundwork laid by K-pop gave SB19 a boost. Sure, social media, YouTube, and global awareness of Asian pop certainly created opportunities. But every generation has its tool. And what sets SB19 apart is that unlike K-pop idols, they don't have the backing of multi-billion won entertainment giants
True.
or the promotion
Ayan, yung pinaka-flex ng SB19, ano? I feel like sa 5 taon nila, they are still, yung graph is pataas pa rin, no? Pataas pa rin ng pataas. Parang hindi pa siya nagpipick, no? Sa 5 taon, hindi pa siya nagpipick.
machinery of a national broadcaster. They've built their empire with grit, talent, and a fraction of the resources. By sheer commercial metrics, SB19 is arguably the most successful Filipino act of all time. And yet, they remain without institutional support. Cultural success as economic catalyst.
Come on, man. Again, sabi nga niya, SB19 is considered as the one of the most successful na artist na guys sa Pilipinas, but still wala pa ring suporta.
A single breakout can relight an industry. Hollywood lives on that logic.
Sure.
BTS's annual economic effect was estimated at 4.65 billion, roughly 0.5% of Korea's GDP at peak,
Wow.
plus measurable lifts to exports, inbound tourism, that 1 in 13 foreign visitors linked to BTS's influence in 2018. The point isn't to equate SB19 to BTS. It's to show what a coordinated state to industry pipeline can do when it meets global demand.
True.
SB19 represents the same opportunity. They've cracked open doors that were left shut to Filipino performers. But unlike Korea or the US, the Philippines has no consistent pipeline that captures SB19's momentum and recycles it into exports, tourism,
Oo, totoo, no? Kung, kung ang mangyayari is parang, for example, like, hahayaan lang natin yung SB19. Like, for example, wala siyang, kahit na gaano kagaling yung SB19, no, at gaano karami na amaze sa kanila. For example, let's put it in a scenario na SB19 doesn't have like a strong fandom, like Aiden. Tapos yung gobyerno is parang wala pang, or yung Philippines is wala pang parang parang pagsuporta. I feel like ang laki ng masasayang, no? I feel like, ah,
jobs, and IP. The question of money and infrastructure. Before BTS broke internationally, Big Hit Entertainment was on the edge of bankruptcy. Their survival hinged on South Korea's cultural financing programs, which allowed companies producing cultural content to access loans and grants. South Korea set up policy financing and content industry support that Korea internationally built via the COCA programs.
Coca.
That includes production and export support, content value lending, and others. And it also includes export risk tools like K-Sure Guarantee. These are institutional levers designed to help promising IP compete globally.
Mhm.
SB19 is in a parallel position now. They have the raw talent, the fan base, and the international interest. What
But
they lack is the financial caution that could accelerate their
true. Just imagine, no, kung merong nagba-back sa SB19 na ganun, no. We can conquer the world, guys. We can conquer the world, pero yun na nga, 'di ba? Kahit gaano tayo kaingay, no? Kahit gaano tayo kalakas, kung hindi naman tayo pinapansin, I mean, we're just gonna stay on this. I mean, maaabot pa rin naman ng SB19 yun, but it's a slow grind, no, ang mangyayari. We can actually reach that kung may tutulong lang, no? But, talaga.
global expansion, preferential loans, export insurance, and tax credits for cultural exports would let acts like SB19 grow faster without
Totoo.
asking the government to pick winners, just to underwrite proven traction. It could make the difference between them
Well, mas gusto mas gusto ng gobyerno na mag-focus sa mga flood control projects, doon nila ipo-pour yung itong mga financial shit, no? Kasi hindi siya masyadong nasisilip in that way na nila namamanipulate nila kung paano gumagalaw yung pera. Unlike if, for example, they're gonna, I mean, I'm not saying that, ang maglaan para sa flood control is mali. Actually, tama nga siya, no? Kasi isa yan sa mga kailangan ng Pilipinas, no? Marami sa lugar natin dito is binabaha. But, like, I feel like they're putting too much to flood control. At sa masama doon, wala naman nangyayari. Kasi, again, I feel like hindi siya masyadong napapansin. So, it's the perfect target para, magkaroon ng corruption. But if they're gonna for example, let's say for example, switch it to, supporting our artist, for international act. Ano kasi siya, magiging siyang tawag dito. Magiging siyang anong tawag dito, yung see-through, Tawag dito, basta yung makikita agad siya. I have the word, um, transparent, no? Maging siyang transparent, no? Hindi siya ma-corrupt, 'di ba? Kasi nakikita siya eh, 'di ba? It's a financial support to an international act. So they prefer to put that in a flood control projects or this projects na hindi masyadong nakikita, no? So they can manipulate kung paano gumagalaw yung pera. Na naging ano na, no? Napunta tayo sa issue. But what I'm trying to say is, sayang, no? I mean, kaya pa naman gawin ng SB19, but it's a slow grind, no? Parang kailangan, kasi sila-sila lang eh. 'Di ba? The company, no? Tayo-tayo lang, no? Na fandom, na nag-iingay, no? Para mas lalong kumalat and maramdaman yung laki ng SB19. But I feel like if they have like the financial support, man, they kind of conquer the world. By the way, roar, man. Roar, roar, roar. Thank you for the 50.
Plateauing in Asia and breaking through in North America, the single biggest music market in the world. Without that, they are competing uphill, self financing while carrying the burden of being cultural trailblazers. This is where the government needs to act, not to manufacture success, but to give successful acts like SB19 the tools to scale.
So,
SB19 Storytelling, a blueprint for cultural lore. SB19's artistry extends beyond music. They are storytellers. Their trilogy of albums, Pagsibol or
totoo.
Growth, Pagtatag or Foundation, and the upcoming Simula at Wakas, Beginning and End, lays out a cohesive narrative of struggle, triumphs, and renewal.
Totoo, no? Yun pa, 'di ba? They bring storytelling sa craft nila and sa music nila. And that's actually the main reason why I become a fan, no? Hindi dahil sa um ay ang popogi. Ay ang ano, ang gagaling sumayaw. The main reason why I become a fan is because of their music. Alam niyo naman lahat 'yon, kung paano nagsimula lahat, kung bakit tayo andito ngayon is because of their music. Sumunod na lang yung ano, lang yung personality na nakilala ko sila. Sumunod na lang yan eh. Pero the main reason is their music. And they're very good at making music, writing the songs, putting creating a story. Isa EP nga lang yung trilogy, napakaganda, no? Napaka perfect. Parang akala mo pinag-isipan na nila yon, parang a master plan na pinag-isipan na nila simula nung dati pa. Kung gaano siya ka-smooth, nakalatag yung tatlong EP na yon na parang magkakadikit talaga. 'Di ba?
This is the kind of myth making that cultures use to define themselves. Imagine a government backed program turning this trilogy into a cultural drama, a
Mhm.
series of films or musicals. Countries that export culture at scale regularly convert music arcs into dramas, films, comics, and live experiences with public policy behind it. South Korea funds shows that double as advertisements for its culture. The US institutionalizes grants and tax credits to keep Hollywood pumping out stories that influence the world. Japan literally capitalized on state backed vehicle. The Cool Japan Fund, now a 143.3 billion in
Woo!
capital fund to project culture globally. France's CNC
See?
funds cinema and TV via a levy and reinvest model and targeted grants, keeping domestic storytelling competitive. Beyond group projects, the solo work of SB19 members also carries thematic weight. Personal stories of resilience, identity, and ambition that mirror the Filipino spirit. If we attach similar mechanisms to SB19's existing narrative, plus solo projects, you'd have a year of cross media content with an audience already primed to buy.
True.
The West is watching, but the Philippines is not. The
Aha.
North
See? Di ba kayo nahihiya? Di ba kayo nahihiya?
American music industry has been quietly learning from BTS. Record labels are shifting from being distributors or publishers to managing intellectual properties or IP. They've realized that the real money is in building ecosystems, merch, fandom apps, character licensing, and film crossovers. Geffen even partnered with Hybe to learn firsthand. SB19 already operates this way. They have one of the strongest fan artist ecosystems in Southeast Asia. Their
Mm-hmm.
fans act as marketers, promoters, and evangelists. The West sees this as the future. The Philippines, ironically, seems blind to it. Government could step in.
'Di ba dapat hindi tayo gumagawa nun, eh, 'no, mga fan, eh. Dapat yung sa atin is like a support lang, eh, 'no, to promote them. But dapat, as a fandom, di naman talaga dapat yun yung trabaho natin, 'di ba? Like we are a fan, just to enjoy them. Of course, we're gonna support them, We're gonna like advertise SB19. But imagine if they actually have someone backing them and doing their job, like advertising SB19 internationally and even in the Philippines. Sabi nga yung totoo, no? Marami kasi sa atin dito, feeling mo, maraming crab mentality, no?
By reforming IP laws, creating training programs under TESDA to help young creatives develop SB19 inspired projects, and even launching platforms that connect fans directly with artists. Korea has weavers. The Philippines could have its own uniquely localized version.
Mm-hmm.
Bridging cultural gaps in provinces. A major structural weakness in the Philippines is the lack of cultural infrastructure in provinces. Limited airports, poorly maintained theaters, and few multi purpose venues mean most cultural activity is Manila centric. SB19 is already proving that demand exists.
Totoo, 'di ba? Yun pa. I mean, again, SB19 is, they're trying their best to go to like provinces. But if walang lugar kung para makapag-perform sila, I mean, anong gagawin, 'di ba? Kahit gusto lang pumunta doon sa mga pinakadulu-duluhan pa, no? Eh kung wala namang lugar para mag-perform, paano na?
Across the islands. If the government invested in regional cultural centers,
Mhm.
venues that could host concerts, exhibits, and festivals, it would not only bring art to underserved areas, but also spark local industries. Imagine a tour stop in Cebu or Davao that isn't just a concert, but a week long festival featuring traditional music, food fairs, art exhibits, a Coachella like festival.
Mhm.
SB19 could be the draw, but the spillover would revitalize regional culture. Such integration could even help shape a
So imagine, no? Like the Western country or the other countries is the one who is enjoying, and having a chance to like be able to attend to their concert. Imbis na tayo sana yung pinakauna, 'di ba? Kung meron lang tayong lugar, tayo sana sa Pilipinas yung pinakauna bago sila. Pero ang nangyayari, pinakauna is yung mga nandito sa sa like um Manila, no? Like in the city. Tapos after nun, sa ibang bansa na. Yung mga nasa probinsya na hindi makakapunta is wala na. Team bahay na lang, no?
distinctly Filipino sound. Traditional rhythms and instruments could merge with pop, producing something globally unique. This is how Japan developed its J pop identity and how Korea incorporated traditional motifs into K pop visuals. The Philippines has even richer materials to work with. We have more than 180 ethno linguistic groups in the country, varied aesthetics, languages, sounds, but it requires structural support.
Mhm.
Money left on the table. For SB19's international fans, one of the greatest frustration is access. Their albums and merchandise are hard to find abroad. Many can't even purchase albums on global platforms like Amazon. Meanwhile, embassies and consulates remain passive, missing an obvious opportunity to serve as cultural connectors. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's lost income. Fans are ready to spend, but there's no channel to spend through. South Korea built its soft power partly by making K pop omnipresent. Albums, merch, and media were always within reach. The Philippines, by contrast, makes its culture scarce. Culture
Nakakahiya,
as
no?
entry point, but build the second spend. South Korea's concert venues often double as cultural centers, with
Mhm.
museums and interactive exhibits that teach
Wow.
history alongside entertainment. America has done this for decades, with Hollywood serving as both cultural export and national branding tool. Both in Korea and in America, whenever you go to a venue, you always experience multiple things. In the Philippines, SB19 could play this role, but the follow up isn't there. A fan might fly in for a concert, but once the show ends, there's little else to explore that ties them into Philippine culture.
Totoo.
No museums attached to arenas, no curated
'Di ba?
cultural
SB19 is trying their best para puntahan tayo um, ng mga foreign dito sa Pilipinas, no? Sila yung nagiging parang way, no, para pumunta sila dito. Kaso nga lang, ang nangyayari, wala tayong masyadong ano dito sa Pilipinas. So, ang nangyayari, pupunta sila para makitig SB19. So, alis na sila, no? So, I mean, the show is successful, but you know, the core um goal ng SB19 is to, you know, ma-recognize yung Pilipinas. Yung other goal nila is hindi nangyayari, no? I mean, nag-success sa show, pero nag-fail to promote Philippines.
experiences, no institutional bridges. SB19 opens the door, but fans step inside to find emptiness.
Hmm.
Nurturing a culture of spending on the arts. Another major factor in Korea's success is domestic spending power. A strong economy means fans can afford albums,
Yep.
tickets, and merchandise.
Yep.
This self sustaining loop feeds their cultural exports. Filipinos don't have yet that same disposable income. That's not something SB19 can fix on their own.
That's true.
It requires government commitment to strengthen the economy broadly so Filipinos can afford to support their own cultural products. Without economic empowerment, even the most passionate fandoms will have limits.
Oh.
We already have a law, let's use it. In 2022, the Philippines passed the Creative Industries Development Act, RA 11904,
Okay.
creating the PCID Council and mandating a long term plan to promote and protect creative industries and IP. This is the legal backbone for everything proposed here. It just needs budget, execution, and metrics tied to export growth. And here are some recommendations. One, cultural export finance and insurance, modeled on COCA or KSURE. We need to provide concessional loans plus export credit guarantees for acts with proven foreign demand. If a tour sells out, for example, then we can give them tax breaks.
Yep.
If they pull in tourists to the country, they deserve a tax break.
Yep.
We need to provide foreign distribution, multilingual marketing, and US distribution partners. Second, IP and creative SMP upskilling in coordination with TESDA and CCP. Fast track IP enforcement and template contracts for music adjacent media like webtoons, docs, and games. Fund about 50 micro studios annually to build licensed SB19 adjacent
Like, just imagine, no? Just imagine SB19 is palaki na ng palaki, but we never actually have like a game, no, na 'di ba usually if there's a like a famous or like sumikat na grupo or even athletes sa ibang bansa, no, celebrity, sometimes, you know, to make sure that we promote or we extend our advertisement and promotion sa lahat ng tao, no, sa lahat ng klase ng tao, pinapaskill nila lahat, no, sa lahat na ng bagay, no, sa pagkain, sa lugar, sa laro, 'di ba? Sometimes they make skins in game ng artist na yon or celebrity, you know, just to, you know, even Travis Scott, no, performs a concert in ano, no? In, how you call this? Ah, yung FPS game, nakalimutan ko tuloy. Um, but what I'm trying to say is, SB19, wala pa rin tayo ganun, no? Come on, man.
content, revenue share back to artists and state fund. Third, provincial creative hubs. We should create a national creative infrastructure program. Co-fund 10 regional venues with 2 to 5,000 capacity with black box theaters and small galleries. Require each SB19 provincial stop to anchor a 7-day cultural program with LGUs, museums, and local artisans.
To tell you honestly, that's actually also um a good idea, no? For all of other artists aside from SB19, this idea na binibigay sa atin dito sa video na to, I mean, again, it can boost and promote SB19 mo. Pero magkakaroon din ng gateway or another chance ang mga other artists na mas makilala and magkaroon ng chance to have more shows to other like provinces, right? Isipin nyo yun, yung mga other artists din, nagkakaroon sila ng chance to, take advantage of this. Come on, man. And
Number
nabanggit nga ni Pablo, 'di ba? Hindi lang naman ang gusto niya is ma-promote ang Pilipinas, and also makilala ng ibang bansa yung talent ng mga Pilipino. I never actually hear Pablo na sinabi niya na para makilala kami, no? Kami lang, no? Never niya sinabi 'yon. Makilala ang Pilipinas, makilala ang talent ng Pilipino, 'di ba? Tapos ang Pilipinas ang may ayaw eh. Yun yung problema doon. Yun yung problema natin doon.
four, cultural tourism pipeline or the second spend. Package concert with heritage and museum passes, food routes, and craft markets. Measure per visitor spend uplift. Task DOT and DFA to co-pilot consulate level pop culture kiosks
Totoo, no? From Gemma Cules, nasa harap na, hindi pa nakikita. Nasa harap nyo na, no? Man.
that will contain albums, books, crafts in 5 cities with SB19 demand. Number 5, global distribution and trade mission. Use RA 11904 to fund distribution MOUs so Filipino albums and merch are consistently listed on major retailers. Run music trade missions around SB19's tour cities. Label meetings, sync pitching, and diaspora retail onboarding. For centuries, maybe, the Philippines has suffered from colonial mentality. The idea that our culture, music, and art, they are inferior than that of the West. But I think SB19 has proven that Filipinos can appreciate Filipino talents. If Filipino talents are given a platform, we can actually stand shoulder to shoulder with foreign acts. But SB19 can't do it alone. They crack the door open, but it's up to the government to establish and build infrastructure.
I feel like they can, no? SB19 can. Pero ang problema dito is time, no? Time. Kasi they can do it, no? Itong nabanggit dito, yung pwedeng maabot ng SB19 with the back of the government, they can actually do it on their own. But it's a slow struggle and grind. And ang problema doon is yung time, di ba? I mean, come on guys, let's fucking be honest. Let's fucking be honest in here. A lot of SB19 member is turning 30. That I feel like I'm not saying that it's old. I am fucking 30. So ayoko sabihin old yon. I feel like more energetic than before. But again, hindi naman sila pwede mag-perform until 40. Magpa-perform ba sila ng ganyan until 50? Kaya ba nila yon? Hindi, siguro kaya nila pero hindi na kasing kasing quality ng kaya nilang gawin ngayon. So when I said slow grind and oras yung kalaban nila is they can reach that kung hindi sila tumatanda, no? Kung hindi sila tumatanda, they can. But it will actually, expedite the process ng what, like 100 times if there's a country or yung bansa natin is backing our artist, no? I mean, we are talking about specifically SB19 in here because SB19 again, as what she said, crack the gate open, no? But I'm not just limiting this to just SB19. You know, just I'm saying this to like government backing our artists, no? Yun na lang in general, no? You know, giving them, you know, financial support. 'Di ba? Right now, we have the topic of SB19 because they are in the lead, no? Sila yung nasa harapan eh. Sila yung nagbukas ng sila yung di pa nga nagbubukas eh. Sila yung nag, you know, ano ng pinto, naggalaw para umopen ng konti. Again, sabi nga niya na kailangan na lang ng tulong ng gobyerno para ma-open ang buo. Right? I mean, I am getting triggered. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Institutions and policies that will transform that opportunity into a national soft power. We have to acknowledge that SB19 is not just a boy band. They are a cultural asset and a rare one at that. But if we do not act now, we risk losing the momentum that they have already established.
True. Just imagine, no? Isang napakalaking kawalan sa atin, no? Pag dumating yung panahon na SB19 already retired, no? Tapos kailangan merong sumunod, no? Pero sure ka ba na merong agad makakasunod? Hindi ko siya sabing wala Maybe there are going to be like another group in the future, no? An artist na kayang abutin yung naabot ng SB19 ngayon. Pero kailan pa? 'Di ba? So far, sa history ng Pilipinas pagdating sa you know, ganitong bagay na purong Pilipino, no, na dito galing sa atin, hindi nagkuhang talent sa sa America's Got Talent, no? Doon na nakatira sa ibang bansa tapos naging proud Pinoy kasi you know, pero hindi yung taong yun hindi naman talaga nakatira sa Pilipinas. SB19 started here, no? Dito sila nagsimula. So kailan pa kung mawawala na ng chance, no? Grabe panghihinayang ang mangyayari.
They've proven that they can get the attention of the global community. It's up to us whether or not we are actually going to do something with that attention that they are getting. Would love to hear your thoughts. As always, leave them in the comment section below. You can say whatever it is that you want to say. Just please do so respectfully. Please consider donating to the channel. We launched our online magazine, asianentertainmentandculture.com. Please visit the site. Hopefully, we can do an actual launch very, very soon. Also, please follow me on X, IG, but more importantly on Patreon because that's where the community is. You can participate there. There is a free tier just in case you want to try things out first. And I've also opened my YouTube membership. I do a once a week members only live stream.
Nice.
And those things don't go public. It remains private just for members. Okay, that's it. Please like the video, subscribe and hit that notification button. And of course, share the video if you can. I would really appreciate that. And that's really going to help the channel get recommended by the algorithm. Thank you so much. Till next time.
Nice. That is a great video, no? Salamat, Ms. Josie G. That's a great video, man. That's a great, like, I call this explanation on what is happening. And, kasi parang hindi masyadong napag-uusapan no? Hindi yung itong aspeto ng bagay na to. This is actually very, very, very educational, not just for SB19 but for, you know, all of the artists na meron tayo sa Pilipinas.